Welcome to The Beat with Ari Melber. Tonight we are reporting here from the Supreme Court of the United States, where protesters have gathered ever since this draft opinion came down late last night, a rare leak from inside the Supreme Court. And today we learned from the Chief Justice himself that this is authentic and true, which is to say there are the votes as of February to overturn Roe v. Wade. On tonight's program, we are going to cover this from all angles with legal experts, advocates, and some of the protesters that we've been hearing from right here at the court. All of this started with the big leak when the news broke last night.
Just breaking in the last few minutes is this. The United States Supreme Court has voted to overturn abortion rights. Draft opinion shows.
Politico drops a bombshell on the U.S. legal and political system with an unprecedented leak.
Chief Justice John Roberts confirming in the last hour the leak of a bombshell draft opinion.
A withering takedown of the Roe v. Wade precedent.
I think the codification of Roe makes a lot of sense.
Cities coast to coast now bracing for mass protests this afternoon as the biggest ever breach in Supreme Court history.
Roe cannot go! Roe cannot go! Keep abortion legal! Keep abortion legal!
We will vote to protect a woman's right to choose, and every American is going to see which side every senator stands on.
Whoever did this leak should be prosecuted and should go to jail for a very long time.
I am here because I am angry, and I am here because the United States Congress can change all of this. Yes.
Today is a seismic day in American history as we witness the fallout rippling across the nation. We join you here broadcasting live from the Supreme Court. Hundreds of protesters continue to gather. We can see and hear them right now. Many protesting what is now this looming decision. We'll hear directly from some of those protesters who've been gathering here since the news broke last night, as well as lawmakers, women's rights activists, legal experts, and former Planned Parenthood Chief Cecile Richards joins us in a few moments. But our coverage begins right now with Caroline Fredrickson, who served as the top lawyer for NARAL Pro-Choice America and a former leader of the American Constitution Society, as well as one of our analysts on politics and policy. All of that at play here, Democratic strategist Juanita Tolliver. Thanks to both of you for joining us here at the court. What does this draft decision mean to you, Juanita?
Look, Ari, I want to start by just reminding all of your viewers that abortion is still legal. It's still legal if you want and need that service and access to basic health care today. But it felt like a double gut punch. Look, I'm a black woman in this country, and so I felt as though one of my basic rights, one of our basic rights, was being immediately taken away. It's something that, I mean, it's just deeply personal, because within one generation, we're going to see the right to access an abortion given and then taken back. And I can't shake the fact that Justice Sotomayor let us know that this was the direction the court was headed when they ruled to allow SB 8 to go into effect. When she said the justices were essentially digging their heads in the sand, they were ignoring decades and decades of precedent. And honestly, at this point, I think we're all right to question the legitimacy of the court for doing that, for ignoring decades of precedent.
Caroline, you have just extensive experience in this area. What did you feel when you first saw and read this draft opinion, and what should people take from it today?
Well, I'd say it was shocking, but I wasn't shocked. Because I actually don't think they had their heads in the sand on precedent. What they actually were doing was very aggressively overturning it in a way that we haven't seen. So specific about the Roe versus Wade's faulty reasoning. They said 50 years have gone by. This has been a precedent that has affected and regulated the lives of so many women and men in the United States. Has created an ability for women to enter the workforce in new ways, to have a better standard of living, and they want to overturn all of that. And it's true that we have not yet seen abortion made illegal across the country. But when this decision comes out, there are many states that have laws that are going to go into effect that are going to end abortion for so many women in the United States.
As you say, the way this is written, it does that. They know it does that. Both of our panelists here are going to stay, and I want to turn and just do a little quick breakdown of what's actually in here. If you follow the news You probably heard about this last night. We're keeping an eye on all the reaction and protesters that continue to gather here at the court. But what is in these 67 pages? Well, it's a long ruling. I want to give you 3 takeaways right now. First, the decision takes a sledgehammer to about 50 years of precedent, overruling Roe v. Wade and all later cases based on that landmark ruling that recognized a woman's right to choose. Justice Alito's draft overrules Roe and declares it has always been, quote, egregiously wrong from the start. The draft shows that a majority of the current court supported this ruling, ending Roe entirely as of February. Second, while nearly everyone sees this draft as an attack on abortion rights, people know that, I want you to understand that Justice Alito, in this still private draft until it leaked last night, claims the court would actually do this and still be neutral on the issue, that overturning Roe would not mean the justices are critical of abortion itself. That may sound absurd, but he writes that while some believe that, quote, abortion kills a human being because prenatal life must have human rights, the court's decision to allow abortion bans for that reason is, quote, not based on any view of whether a fetus should be treated as a human life. If that sounds illogical, like they're trying to have it both ways, that's because they are. And third and finally, before I bring back our experts, what we were just discussing, what will this ruling do? Well, it will legally begin automatic new abortion bans in at least 13 states, where there are already rules that trigger those kind of bans in the event that the Supreme Court ends Roe, which this draft opinion does. Does that impact you in your state? We have more details on that later in our broadcast tonight. When will this begin? Well, we know the court usually releases all of its rulings by late June in a term, sometimes early July. So the final ruling will be out in weeks. The wording may change from this draft, but there's been no public signal that any of the 5 votes willing to end Roe in February of this year, after 49 years on the books, would reverse themselves in this matter of months.